Welcome back. Welcome back. And guess what? I've gained like 3 pounds just smelling this.
Oh, come on.
All right, 2.5.
I'm gaining weight just looking at your earrings. They look like suckers.
Oh, yeah, they do. They do. Jackie, I am so proud of you. You have done such a beautiful job. And you know what's really important is that you're making gluten-free things. And there are
Yes.
so many people. I cannot imagine how many people out there have been coming forward and saying, I have to eat gluten-free.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just like an epidemic.
Well, it is. That's exactly what I call it, too. It seems like, and this is not scientific information, but by talking to people and trying to figure out what's happening with this, it seems like maybe it's coming from our wheat. Because the wheat that we've been growing commercially now is wheat it's been not only hybridized, but genetically engineered and modified and all these different things that
In other words, it's got the big yuck.
it's got the big yuck, and
Yeah.
so it's not the heirloom wheat that we used to
Ah.
have. So that may be why people are having trouble.
It could be.
Yeah,
It could be.
yeah.
And there's people that have never had a problem with gluten before that are starting to have
40
that.
years old, and then
Yeah,
they
they
come
start
down with
in.
it. Yeah, so
Absolutely.
So you know it's not a genetic thing.
Now, how can people get a hold of you? Because you've been bouncing around here.
Well, I have been bouncing around, but you know what? I am taking advantage of the new cottage food law that we have, and I'm baking out of my house.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I've got my
Wonderful.
house licensed, and
Good.
they can just call me at my home phone number, 223.
And she has a beautiful kitchen,
Yeah.
and it's pristine. You can eat off the floor. You have a beautiful place. Now, tell me some of your specialties. What do you have here?
Well, I've got all kinds of breads. This one is a buttermilk. This one is a heartier bread. It's whole wheat with flaxseed. This is French bread with cranberries and pecans.
Very good.
Then this one's one of the all-time favorites is the seeded oat bread. And I do a seeded wheat bread too.
That's very good.
And then what's really popular are my hamburger buns. I sell these to buffalo
Great.
chips and to rosebuds.
Oh,
They put
great.
their hamburgers on. And then I have them at the
great.
market
It's a
as
little
well.
bit different and doesn't have that hamburger bun taste.
Well, these are made from the challah bread recipe, and so they've got eggs, butter, and honey in them.
Wonderful.
Just yummy.
So they're better for you
Well,
instead of all that other stuff.
there are no preservatives in any of
I
my
was just going to
things.
say,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
preservatives, and you can't go wrong with that.
And then, of course, I'm famous for my cinnamon rolls.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're absolutely fantastic. The taste. I like when you eat something that you've baked, you taste everything. It's
Yeah.
nothing is overwhelming. It's just like you could tell what's in it.
Yeah.
It's so good. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, 223-1976.
Correct.
Okay, and you take special orders if they want something
Absolutely,
special.
and I don't charge anything extra to special order. It just helps me to know what people are going to want.
And what's a lot of fun too is that if you're having like a baby shower or a wedding shower, giving away like Jackie's rolls and in the little cellophane, a great little gift.
I have
because
little packages for them, and I have
they're
all kinds
great.
of- yeah.
They're great. They're a great thing to do.
But I also do birthday cakes. So if you need a birthday cake or
Well, looky
anniversary
here.
cake or whatever, I do those as well.
Well, my goodness
Yeah.
me, that's great.
Yeah.
So they can do everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. What's the hardest thing when you sit down and you say, I want to bake this, and come up and think about all the ingredients, something that you want to do that's totally different?
You mean making up a recipe?
Yeah.
I usually take recipes and alter them to suit my needs. So I don't usually make up recipes from scratch. So take a recipe and say, well, it needs more of this, more of that.
Now the fall is coming, so you're going to do something with more cinnamon, pumpkin,
Oh, always.
allspice. See, I
always.
like the pumpkin.
Yeah, do a lot of
Pumpkins, it's fantastic. It's great. So if you are gluten free and you don't want to buy just anything in the store and you want something really unique, or you're having a party and a couple of the people are gluten free, give it a shot. And even if you're not gluten free, you can't tell the difference.
that. Well, most of them not. I have a rye bread substitute that's to die for. It tastes just like that little cocktail rye.
I'm going to pull this up so people can see. So you do all kinds of bread: French, sourdough, buttermilk, roasted garlic. Oh, roasted garlic. Being full-blooded Italian, that's like perfume to me. Sunflower seed breakfast granola, seeded oat. You name it, she's got it. Well, you have deli rye.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm going to have to call you now
Sue
for
loves
sure.
my rye.
Yeah. Oh, I love rye rye bread. And then you have the rolls. You do the egg, the pumpkin cranberry, 4-seed wheat, French, you name it, you have
and
it.
also, I do things that people request.
Right.
This week I made Haska Bread, which is
And what is that?
it's a regional thing from the Midwest.
Really?
Yeah, and it's kind of like a raisin bread with citrus and
Haska,
almonds.
not Hoffa. Because
Haska.
they've been talking about Jimmy Hoffa. I thought it was
No,
something.
not Hoffa. No, not Hoffa.
I was going to say, no, I won't have that.
But anybody, people ask for things they remember from their childhood, and I'm able to reproduce them for them.
How exciting
Yeah,
is
yeah,
that?
so just
Now, if
feel free.
somebody wants to, like I say, somebody wants something special. How long do they have to give you notice? Like, they're not going to call you the night before and say, Jackie,
No,
I
no,
need
no,
this
no.
and that.
Probably, 3 or 4 days usually, but depending on my week, if I have a busy week, it's good to know a week ahead of time.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great idea to do something like this for a shower, for
Well,
gifts.
it's also good for, if you're having the family over for breakfast or
If you're
any
having a
number
big
of
crew,
things.
don't even think about going down and getting, stuff that's not good. Call Jackie; she'll do you up a whole tray of things, and it will be. And she can do the gluten-free
I can do
and
whatever
the
you
regular, whatever that you
And
want.
I did a specialty cake for a little girl in January. It was having her birthday. It was gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, and egg-free. Because
What
she
was
had,
in it?
We made it happen for her, and it ended up turning out great. Looked great.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of times people use, is it apple? They can use apple.
Applesauce.
Yeah.
I mean, for sugar
Yeah, for
substitute.
sugar-free.
Sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
depending on the recipe.
So,
There's a number of different ways you can get around it. Prunes
so
work good
for,
too.
huh?
Prunes too.
Prunes are good too. Oh, especially at this age, they're good. but you know what's great now? If you live in Jackie's neighborhood and you see plumes of smoke or whatever, it's just Jackie baking. Don't panic, because she does a great job. It must be great living in your neighborhood now.
Oh yeah,
to
you just
smell
go
all
outside
this-
and smell the
smell
fumes.
all of that. It's great, and they don't have to go too far. 223-1976. Do not hesitate to call. Some of the best bread I have ever had. You're right on,
Thank
kiddo.
you.
I think it's great. We're going to take a short break and come back and with our next guest.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.